Previously on Dragon Age.
My name is Talus, and I've been looking for you.
Looking for me?
Looking for the woman who has an invitation to Chateau Haine, to be specific.
I must say, your presence is a surprise. I offered the invitation as a courtesy, but I had no idea you were interested in our hunt.
It's a favorite pastime of mine to find things and kill them, actually.
Don't fret, my dear. I knew who you were the moment you arrived. Assassin.
Assassin? I knew it.
You did?
Have you met my friends? All of them are crazy, and most of them are killers.
Clever girl. Have you also deduced that your elven friend is Qunari?
You're Qunari? So you came here to stop this elite from betraying your people?
You probably won't believe me, but this isn't a political mission. It's personal.
What do you mean?
Salit was my best Rathari, the one who recruited me into the Ben Hasrith. My tutor.
But you said he was selling secrets.
He is. Or at least he intends to. One last act of defiance. I can't let him do that. Not when he'll hurt so many others in the process.
Names, Your Grace. It's a list of names. What is the meaning of this?
You asked for a weapon. I am providing it.
We expected the formula for black powder, dreadnought plans, a map of Cunandar, anything. This is useless. You filthy whore!
Thank you for the lovely party. I'll treasure the belt.
And that's why you don't waste your last-minute monologuing.
Looks like the Duke has fallen from grace.
Yeah! And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. We are going to be pretty much heading full on towards the conclusion of Act 2. First thing I want to do, though, is just check around the house, see if there's anything new to be said.
An elven slave? Maker's breath, I hope you know what you're doing.
I think Hawke's mother has found out she's got the hots for Fenris.
Your hound is a mark of nobility in Ferelden, is he not? I have heard that gaining a Mabari's loyalty is considered the ultimate proof of character there.
That's him. My own living, breathing, slobbering status symbol.
The dog cares nothing for worldly power. The Maker would like to see us learn from them.
Don't let it go to your head.
Sebastian has the proper respect for Loco.
I hope all is well, mistress.
I'd say it is. How's it going, Bodan?
If you need any enchantments, I'm sure my boy would be happy to help. Enchantments? Just so.
Hey, Sandal.
Boom. Ah, there he goes again. How he makes these things, I'll never know.
I've never seen another dwarf like him. Does this run in your family?
Not at all, but Sandal isn't really my son. I found him in the deep roads when I left Orzammar for good. Raised him as my own now. Isn't that right, my boy? I like Bodan. He's always been this way, always collecting things and enchanting them. Strange, I suppose.
Have you ever thought of finding out more?
Well, I did. I brought him to the Circle of Magi about a year after we got to the surface. They called him a savant, but then they started giving him the eye like they were going to keep him, so he left. Not going back to those vultures. Sandal's happy as he is.
Sandal's quite useful to have around.
That he is. Also, I've always said. Oh, Maker knows what'll happen when I'm gone. I try not to think about it. I want some pie.
Bodan's a good father. Alright. So I think that's everyone in the estate. So, when we left off before we went to the DLC, Hubert wanted to ask us something about missing shipments, so that must have something to do with the bone pit. So we're going to go see him first. Let's go ahead and take some people that we didn't take in the DLC. So let's see. Let's go Meryl, Fenris, and Isabella. Why not? So as usual, he's hanging out in Hightown.
Avert your eyes, witch.
You said I was dwelling on useless history. But what are you doing? The past is important to you and to all of us. We must know it to move forward.
Yet I have made no deal with a demon to learn of my past. You had a life, you had a family, and you abandoned them to chase after ghosts. We are nothing alike. Don't even begin to think that we are.
Oh, surprise. Fenris is in a bad mood today. Hey, Hubert.
You got my letter.
You've been gone a while. I thought you had things under control.
I told you I would handle this, and I did. Now, after a year of raids on our shipments, I've finally caught one of the culprits. One of our miners, Sabine, has been leaking information. Do you know him? He claims to be from your hometown in Ferelden. I would like you to get this festering sore to divulge who is behind the thefts. When you are ready, I will bring Sabine to you.
Who is this man?
I would not expect you to recall every piss pot from your past.
That's the problem with being a big fish in a small pond. I could never tell the little fish apart.
Well, he brags to his fellows that he grew up with you in Lothering.
I don't recall the name, but I guess we'll see.
Bring Sabine back to my place.
Excellent idea. I will get him now.
So someone's been stealing from the company, it seems. That Hubert and Hawke own.
Here is the dung pile I caught leaking next week's shipment schedule. He won't tell me who he's working with. Who else has been screwing me over? Tell me, you ratting mongrel!
He can't talk with a mouthful of broken teeth.
Please, Miss Sayre, help me. I knew you since you was young and Lothering. I knew your mum's family, and your pop. Make you got him rest.
Pathetic. I leave this bastard in your capable hands. Get me when he's ready to talk.
Thank you, Miss Sayre. Us Lothering folks should stick together.
What made you betray your employer?
Before the Blight, my family had a good life in Lothering. Clean home, fertile land, friends. In Kirkwall, we lived in a hovel. People spit on us, and some days we went hungry.
I know it was hard to leave Lothering. Talk to me, so we can put all this behind us.
As soon as I tell Hubert what he wants to know, he'll kill me or throw me in prison. My life's not worth much, but my family. I only wanted to give my wife and son a better life.
Hubert's first love is gold. You must have some squirreled away.
I'll tuck some coin away for the future. But if it buys me a future out of prison, Hubert can have it.
Hawke, this is Lily of the Coterie. Given the importance of stopping the cargo robberies, I have enlisted a consultant.
Consultant? Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well, Doug, are you ready to bark now?
There's an ambush planned tonight at Dietrich Crossing.
Tonight? That leaves you barely enough time to intercept them. You had best leave immediately.
We'll protect your precious shipment, but make sure you have the coterie's payment. Want me to deal with this runt? Free of charge. I'll drop him in a ditch on our way out.
Yes, take him, with my blessing. I assume my partner will not object.
Sabine will pay you back if you let him go.
Oh, really? I'm more inclined to beat the coin out of this sheep swallow and then kill him.
He's nothing, Hubert. Take his offer and cut him loose so we can get back to business.
Fine. Get me your ill-gotten coin before I change my mind.
Oh, thank you, Miss Hayes. I know I don't deserve it, but thank you.
We're wasting time. If you find naught but corpses at the ambush, it won't be my fault.
Hubert is dealing with the coterie.
We're too late for your boys, but we'll make the rotters pay.
It's not the best business partners, I'd say, but I guess we're stuck with them for this particular business. See a chest over here.
Don't give him an inch! I'll tear you apart!
Nicely done.
That was almost too easy. Wait. I recognize that lout.
Who is he?
He's in the coterie. One of that damned fool Brecker's men.
So your organization is behind this?
We got explicit orders not to. Hubert's been good on his payments. If Brecker ordered this, the rest of his life will be very short and painful.
Tell me about this man.
He operates out of the south side. Always had more balls than sense. His lackeys are loyal. Brecker must be involved.
Let's pay Brecker a social call. We've got a lot to talk about.
I've got to be sure first. I know who to lean on to get answers. Find me in the Undercity.
Something is afoot within the leadership structure of the coterie, it seems. Oh, and by the way, I did grab some life potions finally. When we get to the next screen, I'll show you guys. This is mostly what I was collecting a lot of the herbalist or crafting ingredients for, because it's pretty much my favorite potion in the game. Let me just show you really quick. There it is. It's called the Life Ward. So you go ahead and drink it immediately whenever you're going to start a fight that you think you might have trouble with, and as soon as anyone takes enough damage to kill them, instead the potion kicks in and automatically revives them. It's very useful to have. So I got myself about 10 of them.
What have I done to you now?
To me, nothing. Not yet. To yourself, you can't even begin to imagine the number of mages that have walked down the path you're now on.
My clan didn't believe in me. If you don't believe in me either, I won't mind.
Oh. Well, she said she was going to find out what's going on, but now it looks like she's dead.
Don't let them get away!
You Coterie, one of Lily's friends.
Lily was one of ours. She was working for you, and now she's dead. You get one chance. Did you kill her?
Stop and think about it. We're being played.
Explain yourself.
Present minor misunderstandings aside, I believe our purposes are the same. One of the scum that attacked my caravans worked for someone in the coterie named Brecker. Lily said she'd look into it. I think Brecker had her killed.
Brecker? If you're lying, I'll find you. Men, we have to get to the bottom of this. Now.
Okay, I guess we're heading this way now. Ah, Brecker's Hideaway. How nicely, conveniently labeled. Fortunately, another reused dungeon map. But doesn't look like it's that big. And there's a trap to disarm. Off camera, I did pretty much load out almost everyone with brand new upgraded equipment. So we should be decked out and ready for the finale of the act. Yeah, it's more coterie people. This is definitely some kind of civil strife within the criminal organization.
I'll lead them!
You made yourself
Any bodies to loot? I don't see any. Anything out here? Oh, there's one. Crate over here. Got a new recipe for a rune. On higher difficulties, I use runes in my weapons and armor a lot more often, but for easy mode, I don't usually bother with it.
You must be Brecker.
And you're that lice-covered refugee.
You sound a lot like Anders for some reason.
You'd better leave the bone pit shipments alone. Understand?
You're making demands of me. You own half a stake in a mine and you think you're somebody, huh? Some Fereldans don't have the courtesy of knowing when to bloody die.
Oh, it's just all just for greed then. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. And down goes Brecker. Meanwhile, Fenris is handling 3 or 4 enemies at once.
Now you fall!
A few more. One more. There we go. Okay, So, now that we've taken care of the person who's been raiding the Bone Pit shipments, you can tell Hubert that he can go back to just being another miserly businessman again. Looks like that'll do it. Oh, one more chest.
That should do it.
Go. And Hightown in the day. Here we go.
I found the thieves responsible for the cargo thefts. I put them out of business.
Excellent. With that resolved, the mine's profits will soar. For now, partner, please be sure to visit our workers occasionally. You have a knack for keeping them happy.
Ta-da! Alright. Let's see what next quest is going to be. Ah yes, the Midnight Meeting. This is a side quest, but I can't remember exactly what it is. So just for curiosity's sake, I think I'm going to try it out.
Kirkwall nights aren't safe. Always some group of thugs around. Someone will usually pay for their removal, though.
There's someone.
You came.
Who are you?
You probably thought you'd got away with it. Sir Karas and the others' deaths. Do you even remember them? They were searching for the missing Starkhaven apostates and were murdered. An inquiry determined the apostates must have killed the Templars, but I've suspected for years that Sir Thrask and you were responsible.
I wouldn't let them take the apostates. Then Sir Karas ordered his men to attack.
I knew it. You stood in the way of their holy duty, and you think that excuses your actions. My brothers, tonight, justice will be done.
Oh, great. Well, I guess I should have suspected that decision to help the apostates may have come back to haunt us. Oh, I see a chest, though. Yoink!
You won't be forgiven for this! To the void with you!
Oh, another archer.
You won't be forgiven for this! There will be no mercy!
Thank you, Fenris. So that completes that. It's not really a quest, just one encounter, I guess. It's the quickest way out. Let's go that way. Alright, I think... got this one left. Oh, yes. That's the other DLC, so we don't need to worry about that one. So, yeah. Time to talk about Qunari again. So let's head for the Viscount's Keep. Talk to the Seneschal. He's back from the party. Wonder how things with his date went through. Or turned out, I should say.
You have information about the missing Qunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all. But that is neither here nor there.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Qunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Kunari from his weapon.
Has anyone reported this to the Kunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant. He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
The Arashok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arashok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Kunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Kunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
So where would you start, if you were the starting type?
I would begin with the most obvious failure. It's clear the City Guard has no excuse for allowing this, unless they were involved. Not coincidentally, a number of recent recruits have failed to report. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
The Hanged Man.
Hangman.
Definitely.
Right. Then you know what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link. Please keep this quiet. The Viscount is under enough scrutiny as it is.
Okay. Well, if this is going to involve the City Guard, we better put Aveline in our party. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll swap out Meryl for Aveline. Alright, let's check out the Hanged Man. I don't think Aveline's going to be happy that her guard has been compromised. Orwald the Braggart. Yeah, that's a fitting name.
Well, you're throwing coins around like there's no tomorrow.
That's right, woman. Tonight I'm paid and blessed, and all I had to do was turn my head. To all my friends. Hey, step back. I know important people. We're gonna show this city what to do with heathen Oxman.
Aveline, would you like to take care of your subordinate?
Guard Captain, would you like to have a word with your man?
Guard Captain?
Who?
What?
Who?
Who what? I don't...
Who bought you? Who bought the honor of a proud guard of Kirkwall and made him a drunken Mabari bitch?
I don't know. He was a Templar, I swear. He had the seal of the Grand Cleric and everything. It's true.
The penalty for abandoning your post is 10 days on the wall. I expect you to report in the morning.
Uh-huh.
There's your answer. A Templar.
With the Grand Cleric's seal, no less. Well done.
So the Templars seem to be behind the Kunari abduction. So we'll need to follow up on that. So if the Chantry is involved, let's bring in Sebastian as well. We'll swap out Isabella. Okay. Yep, heading off to the Chantry.
The man was a drunk. Surely you don't think Grand Cleric Elthina is funding zealots?
Don't forget the kidnapped Kunari. That too.
Keep an open mind, Hawke. Elthina isn't behind this.
The Grand Cleric, please. Tell her... 3 Kunari leave an estate. And let her finish.
Sarah Hawke.
Sister Patrice.
Mother Patrice. Time has changed us both. Grand Cleric Elthina cannot grant an audience to just anyone. What do you want?
Funny how you and issues with the Kunari seem to go together.
And you always assume their side. I was naive when last we met. I did not want you dead, but I felt a death was necessary. That may be too fine a point for you to understand. But you must admit, you came out the better for it.
I know you. And I know someone is abusing the Grand Cleric's seal.
Who are you to question who serves her grace? I am sorry, but I see no reason to let you pass.
How about the fact that her authority was used to abduct Kunari? A pause that says you knew. But does her grace?
The Grand Cleric trusts her stewards to enact the wishes of the Maker.
It sounds like you've been bad. This will shock her grace, no doubt.
Stubborn. All right, Sarah Hawke. If you won't abandon this, let me offer you something. The Templar you seek is a radical who has grown unreliable. Confronting him may do us all a favor.
And his relation to you is?
He is my former bodyguard, Ser Vonel. Assume what you wish, but I offer him to you as reconciliation. Meet me at this location. I invite you, Sarah Hawke. Come see the unrest these Kunari have inspired.
Need I say I'm skeptical? It's her game, for the moment.
Why do I have a feeling that she's backstabbing her bodyguard right now?
So you're a prince, are you?
That is apparently true.
There's doubt?
I've accepted the burden. That's all that matters. Why do you ask, Guard Captain?
The entitled types are always trouble.
In that case, I'm glad I don't count myself as one.
They never do.
Alright, so... we get to a temporary stage, Sir Varnell's refuge.
Easy place to get cornered.
Patrice is here somewhere.
Ugh.
Yeah, pretty much my reaction. I hear a Sir Varnell.
Like any beast, remove the fangs and it is lost. They are weak before the faithful of the Maker. The only certainty in their precious Qun is death before the righteous.
Ser Varnell!
Take a knee, faithful. The Chantry blesses us.
You claim a blessing when you have used the authority of the Grand Cleric so openly? You have brought wrath down upon you. You remember, Sarah Hawke? The Kunari have friends, Templar. How will you answer their allegations?
You want to fight? Face someone whose weapons are not bound.
Righteous! Destroy them!
And Patrice runs for the hills, of course. Well, it looks like pretty much the entire contingents of Canary have been murdered. I don't think the Aeroshock is going to like this. Oop. Wrong screen. Pause. Drink potion. I gotta get some distance or else they're gonna gang up on me. Oh, more of them coming in from the side there. Fenris, you need a drink. Hawke, you kind of need one too still. Nice. Oh, and more of them coming. Sebastian, take a drink. Stand back a bit, Sebastian. You're fighting too close. Got a potion back. That's helpful.
All right. Time to bring this mess to the Viscount's attention.
Madness. Madness.
That's a word for it.
Chantry involvement. Even if they are fringe elements. Oh, it could not be worse.
Her Grace had no knowledge of this affair. I trust she will deal with it swiftly.
You killed them? All of them?
A mother serving the Grand Cleric allowed this to happen.
Are you quite sure? She held a blade with them? Told them to fight you?
No, I cannot say that.
Of course not. Blasted mother. You have no idea the storm these allegations would cause. It would destroy what support I do have.
I have had trouble with her before. She is slippery.
I understand. I will make my inquiries, gently, and you should be careful in your associations. For now, we have other problems. We have the delegate, but I can't return the bodies to the Canary in this state. Sirrah Hawke, you know the Aeroshock. What should I do?
Hiding this would only make it worse.
It would, wouldn't it? I'm losing my sense of how to balance this nightmare. I appreciate your help in this matter. As bad as this is, it could have been much worse without you. Kirkwall owes you. I owe you.
Oh, I gotta loot Sir Varnell, see what he's got. He's got a shield. It's probably not better than what I gave Aveline recently, though, which was the Duke's shield from the DLC. And we have the Shield of the Knight herself. That is a gift for Aveline, so we'll give that to her in a minute. First, though, I believe that there is one more follow-up scene to this, which is to talk to the Aeroshock in the docks.
Azra until the Arishok declares otherwise.
So, human, my delegate was taken from the Viscount's doorstep, and he still claims control of this city. I thought it impossible, but I respect him even less. How do you explain the condition of their bodies?
A fanatic used them to incite others of his kind.
I accept that.
Well, that was easy.
I have seen every vice and weakness of your kind, and how few of you take responsibility. Your Viscount remains a fool, but you are not. Panahedan, Hawke. I will keep one good thought about your kind.
Oh, that went over well. Alright, the next quest, I believe, is called All That Remains. Let's see, who do I want to be on that quest? Let's have Fenris and... I'll keep Aveline too. And... let's go with... yeah, we'll go with Anders. Yep. It doesn't matter what time of day. So, to the Hawke Estate. I guess it doesn't matter that we set up the party. You have to reform it.
Not enchantment. Leandra. Can I see her? Enchantment! No, Leandra. Leandra.
Shouting won't make him understand you better, you know.
There you are. Where's your mother? Is she feeling all right?
I'm tempted to say she isn't. Just to see your reaction.
Your mother didn't show up for our weekly visit. Is she ill? She is here, isn't she?
No, Gamlin. We haven't seen her all day.
Where could she be?
With her suitor, perhaps?
Suitor? Leandra never mentioned a suitor.
Well, those lilies arrived for her this morning.
White lilies. I know something about that.
Don't just leave me waiting. What is it?
There's a killer in Kirkwall who sends his victims white lilies before he takes them. He's murdered several women already. I know someone who might be able to help. Gasgard Dupuis.
No. You're wrong. Leandra is fine.
Ignoring the facts doesn't change them.
You don't know for sure that she's in trouble. Maybe Leandra took another path to my house. I could have just missed her. I'm going back to Lowtown.
You should help Gamlin look for your mother. You might be able to track her more easily once night falls and the streets empty out. All right. The boy and I will stay here in case she returns. I hope all is well.
That's kind of ominous. And at this point, if you did spare Gascon Dupuis, then you can follow up with him, and I think that's what we'll do for this playthrough. Although, if you choose to follow Gamlin down into Lowtown, that's another path that you can take.
Did you ever run the wilds, boy? Kirkwall is no city for a breed used to open spaces. Nice as your estate is, it's not healthy for a Mabari to be cooped up. May I take him to the barracks time to time? He could help train my guards.
Good idea. He'll put the fear of dog into them.
Good. I think it's time they face down a good old Mabari charge. How about it, boy? Want to chew on some recruits?
He seems up for it. That's nice. Loco has a job now. Okay, let's reform that party. So let's see, it's Aveline, Fenris, and Anders. Now we need to go down. That's Lowtown. But again, we can also go to Darktown. I think this is where Gascon is.